Podcast. Jebuth. Abundance. Very rarely consciously put together in thought when we live and exist in something of almost infinite abundance. And by becoming aware of this abundance, you begin to reap some of the abundance around. Now we're on some meta level. I know what you know, what I'm thinking, I'm thinking what you're thinking, but everything is so abundant. Be aware of the abundance and get what you can from the abundancy. The abundancy, meaning not too much, not too little, but don't be scarce of what is possible. And abundance is mind, thought, resources, anything in your imagination. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Rock and roll and be that. I've been reading a couple books. Actually, I'm in 3 books. They're all hardbacks from Alfred Hitchcock, and they're all short stories. Here's one, Tales to Send Chills Down Your Spine. Alfred Hitchcock, Portraits of Murder. And I have another one that I'm about 400 pages in out of 600. And I kind of wanted to read these because of Halloween right around the corner. So, these are fun. I know Alfred Hitchcock did not write them, but he kind of selected them and put them together. And, yeah, the stories to send chills down your spine, and they're good. I like that kind of writing. The quick, short, to the point, twist at the end. And especially if you don't read a lot, it's probably fantastic. And it's an art form in its own right that a lot of people kind of gave up on, or it's just not as popular, I think, as it once was, or a lot of people don't talk about it. There's also like a spin-off now of like microfiction, which is, super short stories, and I think that has its place as well, and I do find those enjoyable, actually, but it's just interesting. Been watching a bunch of movies. I went and finally saw, not finally, it just came out, Killers of the Flower Moon, Scorsese's new movie. It's pretty good. They say masterpiece. I thought it was good. Maybe not masterpiece level, but it's fantastic for an epic like that. Also saw for the first time The New York Ripper. The New York Ripper from Lucio Fulci, which is an old cult classic. Fun. Finally got around to seeing Pan's Labyrinth from Guillermo del Toro, which I thought was fun, great. Finally saw, which I can't believe I never saw, Close Encounters of the Third Kind from Steven Spielberg from 1977. Oldie but goodie. I also saw the music documentary from Martin Scorsese, Speak of the Devil. That's not the name of the thing. It's called The Last Waltz, about the band called The Band. And it's like a music doc. It's actually really, really cool. I saw another 2023 release called The Passenger, directed by Carter Smith, about this guy who works at a hamburger shop but goes on a rampage. I don't know. I thought it was really good. Kind of watched it on a whim, and it has that dude, forgot his name, but I really like him from, Kyle Gallner. He's great. Whatever he does, he's fantastic. He's the star of this and does a great job. And, dude, I saw, these are all old things I've never seen. Cult classics. The Outsiders from Francis Ford Coppola with, everybody you could imagine that you never knew existed, from Matt Dillon, Ralph Macchio, Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe, Emilio Estevez, Tom Cruise. And it's a classic. It's really good. I actually have the book too, so I'll probably read that. And then I saw, Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. It's kind of like the war movie about the interpreter who gets like a bounty put on his head after saving a U.S. Marine, and it was really good. That was from this year, 2023. Let me see here. Saw another movie called Dig. Getting out is the deadly part. A widower and his deaf daughter are held hostage and forced to dig under their house, revealing dark secrets from their past, and that's kind of cool. Emil Hirsch plays like this tweaker, fucking desperado bandit guy, and they're making this family dig up some fucking treasure in their backyard, which is in the middle of nowhere. It's fun. And I got around to seeing from 2022 Prey, which was like the new Predator movie, which I thought was fabulous. And I watched a bunch of these Carlos Enrique Taboada Taboada. He's a filmmaker from Mexico, and he did like these gothic tales. One called Poison for the Fairies, another called Blacker Than the Night, and another one called Rapiña. And I loved them. I don't know. I just love Spanish cinema, and this has just such a great feel and texture to it all, and it's fun. Rapiña I really liked. It's not as gothic, but it's basically like these dudes that live in a small town see a plane crash and then try to take all the treasures from the people because no one else saw it, and then they're after them. And I saw from 1981 Christiane F. about this girl who gets a drug problem, and I thought that was really good. But it's crazy. It's actually out of control. It's the 70s drug scene in Berlin in the 70s, and made right after that. And it's horrible. It's fantastic. It's, all the above. And I saw, because I'm a big Ty West fan, The House of the Devil, which I thought was pretty good. Just horror and kind of old school horror, almost like Psycho-ish, where it's great story and scariness. About a cult, a satanic cult that wants to adopt and sacrifice somebody on a full moon. So yeah, that kind of stuff. That being said, think about the abundance. It is everywhere. It is fantastic. You can get it. Try your hardest, do your best. Read more books. Stay humble, stay gracious. Podcast Jebuth.